was great. It's nice to kind of have a little normal rhythm, like you're saying, normal install type feeling for us. And it's been a few weeks, I don't know, close to a month probably since we've had a normal week. So feels great. Obviously got a big challenge ahead of us going on the road to Baltimore. So excited to have, a little bit of normalcy going into that.
Are you guys thinking at all about the winning the division, or is that just a byproduct of winning another couple games?
We're not robots. We're obviously aware of, the situations that could happen. But the biggest thing for us is just taking care of our own business. Baltimore, you flip the tape on, they get your attention real quick. On the defensive side of the ball, really stout against the run. Have a little bit banged up in the secondary, but they still throw so many different looks at you as an offense that they're going to keep you guessing, keep you moving around. Testing your protection and all your rules. So big challenge for us. And I know, on the defensive side of the ball, they present a big challenge for us as well.
Last one for me. Odell kind of takes with him everywhere, like a larger than life persona, at least like on the outside looking in. But I'm wondering what he's actually like for you guys as a teammate or someone in the meetings, what his personality's like.
He's a great teammate. He's done a great job for us so far. His ability to pick up what we're asking him to pick up is really impressive. I've been, pleased with how he's been doing. He should have had a bigger game the other, last game. I could have hit him on a couple more that really would have helped us, get some big time yards and probably another touchdown or two for him. So he's doing a great job of getting open when he's getting his opportunities. And I'm putting him in the area. He's doing a great job of catching them. So got to continue to do that, continue to build our chemistry and that just comes with time and working. And but as far as how he is as a person and in our meeting rooms and all that kind of stuff, he's a pleasant teammate to be around. Guy comes out, works hard, does everything he's supposed to do.
You gonna do a touchdown celebration dance with him one of these days?
I don't know. I feel like I got to get invited. I don't plan on probably getting invited. I don't think that's going to happen. I'm gonna let him do his thing.
Thanks.
Yep.
Kevin. Hey Matthew, how good was it? How much of a relief was it for the Rams to win a game without winning the turnover battle?
Yeah, I guess it's good to know that we are, capable of doing that. I hope not to have to do it, anymore. Our defense did a great job of getting the turnover down there in the red zone, really kind of sparking it. And, the three that I had were really costly. Really the only time that I feel like Minnesota, got some momentum and got some points was off of those turnovers. So I got to do a better job of making sure that every possession that we have in the kick, whether that be a punt or a field goal or an extra point, it's something I'll be really dialed in on for, as long as I'm playing this game. I always try to be, but, games like last game happened. I was happy that we were resilient enough as a team, ran the ball well enough, to get the win.
Since January, probably one of the themes has been that the Rams would go as you go. And that's been true a lot of the time. I gather that wouldn't be how you've seen it, though. What would you say to people who have kind of looked at the ups and downs of this season as your ups and downs?
Well, it's a team game. There's no question about that. But at the same time, the better your quarterback plays in this league, the better a chance you have of winning games. That's not lost on me. The better I play, the better our offense is going to play and the better chance we have to win football games. So, put a lot of pressure on myself, and just expect a lot out of myself, to be honest with you. Expect to play a whole lot better than I played last weekend, and hope to do that in Baltimore.
And then one last from me, how much does it matter who your running back is or your running backs in a given game?
I think our guys up front are doing a great job. Sean's creating some great schemes and our guys are going out there and executing them as far as opening up holes. I feel like, Sony's had some opportunities as of late and, has really ran the ball, really physical, really tough, doing a great job of hitting the hole and then making second level defenders pay. Earlier in the season, I feel like we leaned on Daryl Moore and Daryl had a great, beginning of the season as well. It's unfortunate what happened to him last week. But whoever's in there, our guys are doing a great job. But certainly Sony's been, the hot hand here recently.
Thank you.
Jordan.
Hey, Matthew, as you have gotten a chance to sort of review the tape, what did you make of Alaric Jackson's game this past week?
Yeah, I thought he played really well. It's a tough environment to come into to be thrown in and go out there and play left tackle. I thought he did a great job both in the run game and in the pass game, just fighting. His assignment sound. I'm sure there's things that he is as a young player is going to want to clean up. But I thought that he did a great job demeanor wise, just coming in there, playing the next snap, no matter what happened the one before. And that was a big success for us.
Kind of random, but I mean, as you've played a decade or so of football at this point, seen a lot of sort of generations of linemen, draft classes come in. Have you noticed tackles change as college offenses have changed over the last 10 years?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just the caliber of the athlete, to be honest with you, across the league. It continues to get better and better. These guys are, bigger, stronger, more athletic. But yeah, I mean, the game has changed, right? The game has changed some from, first and second down under center, everybody's running the ball with the fullback and a running back to, the game being a little bit more spread out and letting these receivers and backs kind of get in space a little bit more. And therefore those linemen are asked to be in space a little bit more as well. So I'm sure that it has changed a little bit, but overall, every player in the league, I feel like that comes in is as physically, ready to go or more so than they were when, even 10, 12 years ago when I was first coming in.
Thanks, Matthew.
Gary?
Hey, Matthew. How difficult is it for you, and maybe just in terms of maybe you can explain the evolution of this, having such great arm talent, how difficult is it sometimes to dial that back, to say, you want to make a play, but you got to do something else? Is that something that has evolved, in your career?
Yeah, definitely. You try to work on that as much as you can. There's time and a point in the game, and I'm not perfect. There's no question about that. There are times that I wish I would have just thrown it away, run the ball, done something else with the football than I did. If something negative happens, are there some big plays that come from that? Sometimes, absolutely. But I just want to continue to try to play within the offense as best I can. There were certain plays on Sunday and certain plays throughout the season where, I played within the offense and negative things have happened, but there's times where I've kind of stepped out and probably tried to do a little too much at certain points, really throughout the season. And sometimes those are good and sometimes they're not, but the more that I can play within our offense, the better we'll be as a unit. We've got so many good players around me. All I got to do is go out there and, just do my job at a high level.
But there have been plays, like you said, where you rely on that and you do make that play, you make that throw.
Mm-hmm.
When that happens, is that kind of, I don't know, just want to keep rolling in that direction?
No, I think I'm aware sometimes, most of the time I'm aware that, some of those plays that do go in our favor are, somewhat, I don't even know the word, to be honest with you, maybe risky or whatever it is. Some people may see it that way, but we're outside the framework of the offense. But I'm just going to do everything I can to try to play within it. Like I said, we got enough good players to go out there and score a bunch of points on a lot of people if I just do my job at a high level and just stay within myself.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, Matthew, you mentioned the Baltimore defense before. This is a team that you've only faced a couple times in your career, and they're a historically really good defensive team. But at the same time, this year, they're significantly worse, statistically anyway, than a lot of their previous teams. What stands out to you about that defense? And is it any kind of advantage when you're playing a team like that doesn't know you as well as like the Minnesotas, the other NFC North teams that you played?
I don't know if it's an advantage for them or not. Maybe ask them. But for me, as far as, their defense goes, I still see a really difficult scheme. They do a great job of, attacking protections, attacking run game schemes. They're still really physical in the front seven. They've had some injuries in the back end, but they still have some guys that have been around there for a while. Expect to get a couple guys back, I'm sure, off of the COVID list as well to make their defense whole. So we still have a big challenge in front of us. Anytime you go on the road in the NFL, it's a big time challenge. You watch some of the games that they've played recently. Some guys are making some great plays to score some points, and there's some good defense being played as well.
It's a decent chance it'll be a kind of cold, maybe a rainy day, quite significantly. I think you talked about weather games before this year, but what's your feeling on playing in the rain, playing in the cold, playing in the snow?
Yeah, I mean, both teams are going to have to deal with it. You got to go out there and try to make sure, you execute at a high level. Ball security is a huge priority if the ball becomes slick from the rain, both throwing, catching, and running with the football. So you got to kind of play the game as it's being, as the weather's dictating it. And played in snow, played in wind, played in rain, all that kind of stuff. And each one of them is kind of different. Get a feel for the game, how it's going, and what you need to do to go out there and win it.
Stu, and then Jordan again.
Matthew, the scope of practices being what they've been the last week, what have you seen out of Cam Akers in his return? And are you noticing anything different about him compared to, the OTA sessions that you got in with him before the injury?
Yeah, I think he's done a nice job. He's been working really hard. Obviously, in my mind, a miraculous recovery. What he's been able to do is pretty special. I know he's anxious to get out there. Have no idea when we're going to get him back or if. Just happy for him as a person and as a player that he's feeling as good as he's feeling. Let the medical staff and coaches and GMs and all that kind of stuff figure that out. But I know he's happy to be out there with us. We're happy to have him out there. As far as what I'm seeing from him, really only have we gone fast one time where he's been out there. He's doing his own stuff on the side and looking good and all that kind of stuff. But last week got a little bit of run in there and he looked good to me. So I'm just happy for him more than anything.
Thank you.
Matthew, thanks for letting me sneak one more in there without taking away from anyone else's time. Oh my gosh, now I just totally forgot what I was going to ask you. Oh, sorry. Yeah. With Cooper Kupp, I know we ask you about Cooper like every week. I'm wondering if you have anything anecdotal that you remember from either your time together in the off season or like some of the meetings you guys had, some of the conversations you had post practice that then either taught you something about the offense or led to something successful that you ran in a game, if you can remember off the top of your head.
Yeah, I mean, the first thing that's most recent to me that comes off the top of my head was the first touchdown pass that he caught against Seattle. We repped that play in practice in a walkthrough setting. I actually didn't even have a chance to rep at full speed. The Mike linebacker in our walkthrough really matched him hard. Nickel ended up matching Van at the 2 spot. And, the play just was a little hairy there for a second. And I just kind of was talking to him about it and was like, hey, if the Mike matches to you hard, make sure you slip inside. I think there's going to be an opportunity to beat the weak hook player before we get there. And we're just talking about it, talking about the route, how it might look, all those kind of things. And then, sure enough, we run the play in the Seattle game and it turns out the exact same way. Bobby Wagner kind of relates to him really hard. Coop does a great job of slipping inside and we hit him before, 56 can make it over from the backside. So that was fun for both of us kind of to have that conversation on the field that it might happen that way. And then all of a sudden it pops up for the touchdown. I think I'm, headbutting him after his touchdown. And we're just saying, hey, just like we thought, so it's little things like that happen throughout the course of a week and then may or may not show up in a game, but we at least cover our bases.
Really appreciate that. Thank you. And kudos on a much better memory than I have. So appreciate it.
Yep. Thanks, guys.